Okay, everybody, welcome to the Omnic Lab. This is a VOD review for one of our patrons, FlummoxKid, who is a bronze tier player ready to break out of bronze with his Mercy play. And to begin with, I would like to point out that we will not be paying attention to all of the minutia of the things that we should work on. We're going to paint a lot of broad brush pictures and also particular ability usage. So before we jump in, there are some big things I want you as the person who is watching this in your elo. If you are bronze or silver, there's something for you here particularly. So the first things I want you to pay attention to as you rewatch this Flummox is this part right here and this part right here, because you will see this kill feed will give you a lot of extra information. And this ability of the left shift, which is basically your guardian angel to let you jump to allies, are the most underused things in the game besides just general gain sense, right? So I think for your whole VOD review, we're going to be in the minutia of situations that you are not utilizing this ability or the damage boost and or using the pistol too much. So what happens is we know that you have this ability, you have the space bar, you have, I'll put the space bar here. The space bar is your float. So these two abilities go together. Then you have your ultimate Q, and you have the Caduceus staff and the pistol. So the things you know on your keyboard right now are ignoring all of this. And the Caduceus staff has damage and healing, but we're only using this one right now. So to utilize a character in Overwatch, it sounds very boring to say this, but you kind of have to use all of the buttons. If they gave you this ability and you're not using it, you're not playing the character properly. And the other thing is ultimates have their own dynamic in which you use. So we're going to try to focus the VOD review on those things, okay? So we're going to skip ahead here to when the match starts. Little funny interaction here for you. So you say... Here. I think it's about here. There's a junk bomb outside the door. Now watch what happens. With that information, what does your Reaper do? He hits the junk bomb. Any other character would have completely died right there. So, welcome to bronze. Teammates, we're going to make lots of mistakes even if you give them the information. So this is great. You stay away from the Reinhardt here. Perfect. Your team could have totally punished that if you would have called that out. So again, another thing you can do is communicate a lot more. Again, hiding from the damage, which is great. So in general, I'll actually say that for the most part, positioning is something that you're going to continually need to work on forever as you play this game. But in bronze tier, in silver tier, and gold tier, your positioning is actually pretty normal in that it's not terrible. It's right on point for you to climb, and you're doing it properly, and you're staying away from people for the most part. However, again, this is utilizing your pistol when this person is about to die and your Reinhardt is dead or dying. So we recognize 3 of your allies are dead now.
Everybody go. Everybody die on me.
And you recognize it a little too late, I think.
Can't charge ahead like that there, guys.
Now watch what happens. Can't charge right there ahead, and your Reinhardt does exactly that. Now, you say here you want to group up like the rest of us. However, in bronze, it's sometimes being that leader of just going and making the wrong call.
Can't charge ahead like that there, guys.
You're only down 1 man, and I think they're also down 1. And your Reinhardt dives, and you're taking damage, right? So I think
want to group up with the rest of us.
Grouping up, these 2 people are actually grouping up. And you have 4 of you right here that are committing to the push. So 2 people just died. This is the right call to stay out of there, especially with this person dying, the Reaper. However, it's important to note that situation where he dives is a bad situation to go in. So that was great on your part. However, you need to realize this guy's going to do the same thing every time. You all should have died from that. So here's that situation again. Okay, he dives and you hear the ultimate. Why are you here? This is the position that you should never be in when you hear the audio cue. You have 2 players up. You should leave him to die because look how close you are to res. And if Farah dies, kind of the same scenario. But what happens is you sort of back up way too late. You can actually use Guardian Angel and peace out of there, and also use your voice comms to commit to helping your information for your teammates. It's a good res, but you should have also died, and he would have gotten a triple kill to punish all of you. And you're continually ignoring your Farah up there, who is actually on the point. While you guys are getting kills here, you're shooting your enemies instead of healing your allies, which I think is a mistake. So want to make sure you keep your allies topped off as much as possible. You could actually just damage boost right there and not have to switch weapons, or even make sure your guys are topped off and avoid that Reinhardt hitting anyone.
Hey.
Okay, so again,
Good job, guys.
at this point, you should have identified in that last fight that the Farah is actually the most valuable player in your team. How do we know this? Because the kill feed. So let's go back to the beginning of the fight and just watch only the kill feed.
That's fine.
So you actually just kill 2 here. Reaper kills the Mercy and you guys engage.
Kill it already.
He kills the mech. Zarya kills this. Reinhardt kills this because he's just swinging around. Farah is actually still on the point while you guys are dinking around, giving you guys this. Reaper helps finish off Diva. You guys are killing the teleporter. But watch what happens next.
No.
Farah.
Hey.
Farah finishes off the point.
Good job, guys.
They're good job.
Let's good positive vibes coming from the team here, by the way. Now let's watch this next part of the team.
Get back.
Junkrat is all over you guys. Point blank on the thing. And nobody is swinging their hammer or hitting in the sky. And you think it's time for Mercy to go full aggro. Farah gets another kill. Reaper gets a kill because in the back line he's protecting you. Reaper kills the Mercy and dies. And this is a great iteration of using your ultimate to get minimum value. You have 1 dead.
That's fine now.
And watch what happens. After the res, you kill 2, but it's the Farah that's doing all the work here. So now you know Farah needs to be protected, or needs to be healed, or needs to be damage boosted, so everything falls into place easier. So let's watch as Farah just continually demolishes the enemy team for you guys. Good recognition of the Bastion's there. You want to make sure he dies. You see your allies are taking damage. And this is the first of 3 times that you actually use your jump. And it was really good. That pistol use is okay, but I would have much rather liked you to have backed out and damage boosted somebody. And you're going to die to the soldier here. As well as, or I'm sorry, you're going to die to this ultimate because you stop and shoot.
You can't.
Stopping and being stationary against that is so deadly. You could have argued that the Zarya didn't bubble herself or bubble you when she was walking right out of spawn, but you should have just flanked, or not flanked, you should have just backed out and strafed away from it. You should dive to the fire right here, which you do, which is great. You use the res, which means it's a 6v6 again, or 5v6 because you have 1 down. And you're gonna die to the soldier because you're way too far up. There's no Reinhardt here, and the soldier's even stationary to kill you. You're gonna see this a lot on bronze with enemy teams, ally teams, where people are playing DPS and standing still. So here, you just need to stand here. Everyone's dead. There's no reason for you to go in. There's no reason to shoot. You should just back out. You hear the ulti. Kills your Pharah. Just stay away. No need to be anywhere but where you're at. Just wait. Wait for the team. Wait to creep up. Keep him healed.
That's always makes things more fun.
Keep him healed. Take the super long way out, so we'll just skip ahead here. Oh, shoot.
60 seconds.
I think I need to back up a little bit more.
Come on, guys.
Dinking around for a long time here at the choke. There's no team to help you out. Blows an ultimate. And guess what? You could have gotten out of that situation. If you back up, watch when the shift bars come up. You have two people here. He's dived on. You try to heal her. He comes for you. You could have dove to her before he even did that. Additionally, when Reinhardt dives in, you have another opportunity to escape here, and he just fire strikes and kills you.
Kept them off the point, I guess.
So you have lots of opportunities to escape this situation had you used the Guardian Angel ability. Okay.
We don't need a Rhine.
Lucio dies also. This is the first time that you actually just don't res somebody that's really, really smart. Don't need to shoot him. Don't need to shoot him. Just damage boost the Zarya. He dies. You should jump on the Pharah here. Jump on the Pharah. Jump on the Pharah. Jump to your Reinhardt. Now he's dead. Symmetra's melting your team. You should be on that Pharah. Look, she's ulting the entire enemy team solo. She just got 2 kills without you. She probably could have gotten 3 if you were on her. Maybe 4. She just got another one. And you're dinking back here with your other team while she's pushing the cart and killing people. And their Mercy just killed your Reinhardt because you got you as the healers, both you and Lucio should be
I
out.
always hate that sound.
You hate the sound. You mentioned that you hear the ultimate here of Soldier as he's killing your most valuable teammate.
I hate that sound.
I hate that sound. And you hear the Junkrat. So this is the worst part of the whole thing, and yet the best for learning. So you have your res. You're on one target, which is the most valuable target. We've already identified that. We also know that this person and this person are behind enemy lines and in trouble. He's probably dead. Okay, and let's see how this plays out. Okay, you burn the res. He dies.
Soldier.
Somehow that flubs, and then you lose another member here. So, as you see, you need to identify this bar is not finished yet, and this bar just started, so he just died. Your Pharah probably would have already tempo resed herself back at spawn at this point. However, after you heard both of the ultimates expire, that's when you should have dove in on the Pharah, which was when the Reinhardt would initially died. You could have tempo res 2 people from this current position that you're at. And it would have been in a really good spot because Reinhardt could just turn around and charge this way into the payload, their enemy Reinhardt. And you would have only been down a Reaper, and you would have been able to fight 5v5 here. Not to mention your Pharah is doing work right now after your res. And you could have just been in the air. Okay.
Still on the parrot?
Now, watch the payload here. I'm sorry, watch how you guys win. You're going to see Pharah ult.
Ooh, still on the parrot? Cool.
And almost everyone's dead.
Go and get going.
3 kills. Reinhardt kills 1. Pharah kills 4. Pharah kills 5. And Pharah kills 6. So Pharah gets the entire point here for you.
Nice.
By herself.
Wow.
She needs some help. You need to give her the damage that she rightfully deserves. Fly in the skies with that Pharah, man. I'd fly with her any day. That was awesome.
All right.
Let's skip ahead here.
Of Hasselhoff.
Yeah, that's like literally
Good old
like.
voice line fun.
We can do this, guys.
Lots of positive vibes from your team here. This is a good area to hang out as well.
Hey, Rhine Vibe.
Let's get you back out there.
So I want to point out something too. The Pharah has officially switched, and the Reaper has switched. So the Reaper is now Soldier, and the Pharah from last round is on Torbjorn.
Rhine's behind the
With a
point.
good turret placement, I might add. At least generally speaking. So here, you're doing a good job at staying away from people, but I don't understand the pistol. Now you need to leave. You should be totally out of here. And let me back up. I was talking, or actually I won't back up, but they were calling for heals while you're pistoling someone. And again, Reinhardt's dying as you're pistoling someone. So it's a good example of when you just need to use your healing to keep people alive, or use the damage boost to make sure the enemy dies faster. Okay.
Let's get you back out there.
Normal things. Diva comes in here. I don't know why no one else is shooting her with you or following up on that for you to damage boost, but that's probably the right call to shoot her to pepper her out of there. Shooting the mech's fine, but you need a damage boost when that tiny body comes out of the suit. Here's a good example of going in too soon.
Oh no.
You should have been way out. You have 94% of your ults, and you hear 2 ults get burned. In any other elo besides bronze, your whole team would be dead here. And you could have been hiding and ready to res them all. Somehow you guys pull it out. Doing some work with your 2 DPSers. No need for you to be there. Shooting. Your Reinhardt's under half HP. So target priority. I don't know why he burns his ult here. This is complete waste.
It was a little anticlimactic, but that's fine.
Anticlimactic is absolutely right. Okay, you hear the soldier. I can hear him where he's coming from directionally. He should have been punished by your team, but kind of just runs out of point. Reinhardt chases him down. Enemy Reinhardt's coming in, so you need to be away from both him and the Diva. You can probably actually go inside that building and just pocket heal the Torbjorn. That's what you do. Great. Great ult from your Reinhardt. Put your team in a good position. Now you guys have a minute 20 to hold. Excellent.
Perfect. Yeah.
Good team play.
I just got
Very
back
rare
and
in
I
this
was on
elo
the
to see
phone
good
that
team
whole
play.
time with my fucking wife. Sorry.
Guy complains that he was on the phone with his wife during the whole last fight.
You needed a doctor.
Or the whole game up until this point, so he hasn't been able to communicate. I appreciate him telling something, information as to why he hasn't been communicating. But no pistol, please. Damage booster, heal that.
Back out there.
Now, there is no reason for you to be here. Damage boost there was really good, by the way. Okay. You have res, so you can peace out. You don't need to be here. Don't need to be here. Just let them die. You have hear another ult, you should peace out. You hear another ult, you should be out. So see what I mean? A lot of times in bronze, people will hear an ult and they'll be like, oh, I have mine, I'll use mine too. Oh, there's another one, I'll hear mine. I hear that, I'll raise you another ult. And you can just stay on mercy and wait. Hide in the building, there's no reason to be exposed, and then burn your res on 2 people, 3 people, and you win the game.
Run back. Get back there. Oh.
So you guys will end up winning this because Torbjorn and Soldier are able to kill people with their ultis, relatively speaking, and Mei can't stall the point. So victory. Good stuff. Okay, so all in all, we need to make sure that this ability use patience. Wait for the ticking time bomb above people's heads for when they have to go back to spawn. Right? So you have this, and you watch this. Tick, 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 tick. Oh, wait. An ally is dead. Over here. Tick, 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 tick. This person's ticked further. Okay, I'm waiting. And then Guardian Angel from this side or from this side to run across and hit the Q button somewhere between these two targets. So you hit Q, you get a double res. The other thing is identify who is doing work. Know who on your team is succeeding and carrying. Because if you are the only person carrying, it's really hard to play well. However, it's really hard to play support if you're the only one carrying in bronze or silver, because no one else can really do damage besides damage dealers when you're playing Mercy. So you need to find the damage dealers on your team as a Mercy, especially. Because there's not a whole lot you can do. You need to use the pistol less. Use this less. Use damage boost more. And use shift to move. I think a really fun activity for you to do is do a bot match or a ally match in quick play, in arcade, whatever you want to do, and just set it up so that allies and enemies, probably in a bot match would be best, cannot headshot or can only do damage with headshots. And then just play Mercy. Don't even heal your team. Just use this ability. Because they're not going to hit a lot of headshots. Maybe you heal your team. And all you need to do is just practice jumping. Jumping. You can even do this in quick play. Just practice jumping. Practice floating with the space bar. Use your space bar. Space bar. This will help you float. You can pump the space bar by holding and letting go to make sure your patterns of dropping are more irregular. And you can even use your mouse key or your mouse and keys to kind of navigate in these weird zigzaggy patterns and follow your Pharah with the jump. So usually I'll like jump to Pharah and then kind of zigzag a little and drop and then jump. That's kind of the usual pattern. So, another way to do it is to jump to Pharah at the farthest distance as you can. Float, and then dash opposite direction onto the ground. That works a lot. And then the characters you also want to pay attention to besides Pharah are anybody on high ground. So if you have people on high ground, look up. Okay, I think this will conclude our VOD review. Thanks so much for tuning in to our podcast. I hope you learned something in the video format as well. This is Rob from Omnic Lab signing off. I'll see you guys next time.